Demolish all violators. Yo, it's too many styles. Who's the best now? Before you bow me, son, you better get your weight down. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Wow, it's like Ace of Spades versus Cisco. It's the boom, bap, boom, bap.
It's the Boom Bap Hour podcast, and I'm your host, Miss Ruby V, and I'm here with a real special guest today. Please help me welcome Supreme Intelligence. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I'm so glad that you're here today and just here to just chop it up with us and, just let us know all about like the new music and new EP that you have going on. And definitely, checked out your new video for your new EP, Love Jones, and your new video, Oh No, dope. I loved it. It was
Really, thank you.
awesome. Yes. So tell everybody, we have definitely listeners around the world about your new EP and Love Jones. It's like, it gives me love vibes. So tell us about where did you get the name? I mean, of course, it's like an iconic movie as well. Like, what made you go towards that name? I love it.
Yeah. So anybody that's familiar with the movie would know why I picked the exactly that name. So when I first came up with Love Jones, it was just a compilation of like all my old relationships and like old females and just a bunch of the lessons that they taught me and stuff like that. But however, when I was about to drop it, I had just had a son and I was in a totally new situation, so I just switched the concept to being like, anything that could give you a love Jones. So that's connection with my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, anybody that I could really be comfortable around and just be 110% myself. I feel like that was a Love Jones connection right there. So that's the way I went with it.
Nice. And oh no, your new single is also spinning on Shade 45 too, right? You're making a lot of noise out there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely, I appreciate that. Yeah, they showing love. They showing love there. That's humbling for real.
Yes, that's really dope. And basically, so in this EP is also isn't about like conversations with your dad, which happens to be the legendary Ghostface Killa, of course, of Wu-Tang, of course. So tell us about, these conversations as well that you have with your father on the EP.
Yeah, so like I said, the Love Jones is just the connection with anybody I could be myself around. And me and my dad, we had hard times in the past, and as we got older, was working on mending things and just getting more closer and just communicating more and things like that. And it just felt like it was a perfect time to finally include him on a project. Being that personally things was getting better. So it won't be any faking or anything like that. So it just felt like the great like a good time, and I had a lot of clarity in the air at the time. So it was just the right thing to do.
So he's actually on this EP with you, like
Well, he's
talk.
not rapping, but like just talking. Yeah, when he's talking, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just talking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That's definitely wonderful. And so, definitely your work just, you're definitely carving your own lane, for yourself as an artist, out here really, doing your thing. And your work has been described as imbued with a gritty, fervent New York sound from late 90s to early 2000s. Supreme's lyrics are honest and based on the ebb and flow of real life experiences. So tell me, who inspires you as an artist?
Well, My experience just that's the thing that just inspires me the most. You know, my mom, being able to see my mom unfortunately struggle and then overcome a lot of things, being a role model to my sister, you know, watching my brother just grow up and go through life, tackle life the best way he knows how, and just, you know, just being around a lot of people that's successful and not successful, and just learning from the mistakes that was made before me or around me. I feel like that's like what inspires me the most into making music, because I like being very transparent. So if I didn't experience anything, I wouldn't have nothing to talk about. You know, if I'm not going through anything at that moment that speaks to my soul, I'm not gonna have a lot of things to talk about. So my experience, you know, that's my greatest teacher, and I feel like that inspires me the most.
Definitely. And it's those experiences that just make you a well-rounded individual, as far as like really having a lot of depth to talk about. They always say there's no testimony without the test. So, you have
Hmm.
something to talk about if you've been through something, right?
Definitely, yep. And everybody got problems, yep.
That's right. That's right. And most of the time it's kind of when you make the best music.
Yeah,
You
yep,
know?
right. You
Yes.
got it.
Definitely. And you got a chance to open up for Method Man and Redman on November the 24th, which was really, really dope. Now, how was that experience? Is it like a family reunion where y'all get together, or, like, how was that? How was that experience?
Yeah, well, you know, that was one of the first time I opened up for them two specifically. So it was a great experience. It was the crowd was liking it. It was a great experience to be able to perform in front of Meth and Red. You know, they both family, but like just having their opinions and being able to learn from people like that. You know, they're phenomenal when they perform together. Like it's I don't think it's no duo right now that's topping them. Like they've been doing it for years. So just being able to go before that type of greatness was a great experience. And yeah, it was just real fun. Just very, very fun. That's really all I could say. You know, I just hope that we could do a lot more in the future, but it was extremely fun. Yeah.
Well, next time, look, we trying to be front and center. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Of
we
course.
got to be there,
Of
covering
course.
it. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yes. And so being from Staten Island and just having so many things around you, like how do you feel like that inspired you creatively, just like being around like music, like or just different things all of your life?
Yes. And then I feel like traveling also gave me a very good insight in music as well. Because right now I live in Maryland, in Baltimore, Maryland. So yeah, so I stayed out there after I graduated college. And I just feel like just having a new change of scenery and realizing that you could relate to people outside of your community, that also gave me a very big insight and inspired me a lot to talk about more things and just get more versatile and do a lot of different things with my music rather than staying in one lane or being just straight New York, to be blatant. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah.
Definitely
Hmm.
give you a bigger view, for sure. So
Hmm.
speaking of, you mentioned college, I
Yeah.
definitely want to congratulate you because you accomplished a major goal. So you were first in your immediate family to graduate from college at Morgan State University. So that is so awesome. Just kudos to you for that. You feel what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yes,
Appreciate it. For
that's dope. Now, also, when Nipsey Hussle had passed, you said that was really like a turning point in your life for you. So tell us more about that. Like, how did that like affect you, individually?
personally, but when I found out that he passed away, I was on my way to it was a show in Baltimore. It was my dad's show. He had one downtown Baltimore at Soundstage. And as soon as I pulled up, I guess while they was on stage, everybody had got the news that Nipsey had passed away. But the reason why it affected me so much is because I had about like a month before that, I just really, really started like really studying all the Nipsey's albums. And I was also feeling like if I've never went to college, you know, like I probably would have been excelling in music more. So I was having a kind of like a doubtful feeling, and I really wanted to just leave college because, you know, when you're in college, anybody that's been there know that that's your time now. You know, like you got to dedicate all your time, especially if you want to pass or do good. Like you got to dedicate all your time and effort to that. So it was very distracting, being that I love music so much. And yeah, so when I started diving into Nipsey more and just really listening to his tapes and studying that, he really would die for what he was believing in, you know. So when that actually happened to him, it kind of like made me just snap back into reality, like, yo, this is not a game. And it made me realize kind of that, like, regardless of how, like, where you at right now, you're exactly where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like just listening to him and understanding that he never folded, he never quit. That was one of the greatest attributes, you know, that he always said in all his interviews, that he never quit. He went through every emotion and he just never quit. So being that, you know, he went through that, and just watching him, you know, unfortunately pass away for the things that he believed in, it just made me realize, yo, like, you can't take this no lighter than he did, and you have to mean it with every piece of part of cream you got to you, you know. So it made me just really realize that, you know, that I am exactly where I need to be, and every choice that I made led me to be where I was at that moment. And then when I realized that, unfortunately, it took him to passing to bring me to that, you know, that realization. But I definitely realized that, and yeah, it brought me back, like, just gave me back a creative sense, and it helped me finish up the Love Jones project very strong. And yeah.
Wow. Well, you took that, unfortunate incident and you used that for a progressive, lesson for yourself. So now you have, nothing but progress ahead of you. And I can definitely see you have determination in your eyes. Definitely see that.
Thank
All right. So I have a loaded question for you next.
you. All right.
All right. Okay. So what why do you feel like hip hop chose you?
Hmm. That's a great question.
Mm,
That's a great question. I feel like hip hop, you know, or God chose me to do hip hop, um, really to speak to people and to like teach people the best way I know how, because I'm very shy, but I know I have a message to get across. And I feel like music is the best way I express myself, you know. So it's like even when I'm in a social setting and I don't know what to say, sometimes I'll name a song, or like I'll sing like one of my favorite artist songs or something, just so people around me can know what I'm saying. It'll be in a funny way, but like it's like, you know, sometimes music is the literally the only way that I know how to get my point across. So in that sense, I feel like it's like it was kind of chosen because I have to express myself and I'm extremely shy. And like I said, I like teaching people. And yeah, I love teaching people, and nobody doesn't listen to music. I don't feel like, I feel like music is very universal in every aspect. So as long as I, like I said before, not stay to New York and just keep my keep everything broad as much as I can to try to relate to the like universal, like the universal music, I feel like that'd be, you know what I'm saying, that's very blessing, like a blessing for me.
what are your thoughts on what's going on in the world right now? Like, do you feel, everything is going on, like, with social justice and things, do you feel like artists need to take more of a stand on, just talking about different issues that happen? Like, there's so many like trials going on, like Dante Wright. There's a trial right now where, young man got killed by a white cop in Minneapolis. Then we just got off of Ahmaud Arbery and,
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Rittenhouse and all of that in Wisconsin. So do you feel like, artists speaking out on social justice is an important thing?
Definitely. I feel like it's definitely important because we live in a time right now where one thing will happen and then 10 other things that happen that's not that important, but then we won't be talking about the one that should be making the most conversation. So being that that happens like every single day, and I feel like, you know, we just talk about whatever's negative in the world, to be blatantly honest. Um, I feel like any influence, any type of role model right now in the world that has a platform should want to use that voice to spread as much positivity, and, you know, try to unite people as much as they can, because at the end of the day, we here to recreate, and we here to, you know, we have to be kind to one another. You know, it's not like it's no way that I always try to tell people in a form of religion, like, it's no way that I could break down, because I'm Muslim. It's no way that I could break down Islam to the core, and then a Christian could break down Christianity to the core, and a Buddha could break down Buddhist to the core, and then, like, when we meet each other, it's going to be animosity. You get what I'm saying? We may not understand each other because it's a difference of cultures, but I don't think that there's going to be any animosity or bad feelings there, because we're supposed to be peaceful in our, you know, in the things that we, what's the name? So I feel like as long as artists just takes even a little bit of time to always be transparent in their music and in their interviews and conversation, that it'll go a long way. And we are getting there. I think so. I think we're being more intellectual with music, and the boom bap is coming back, you know. So I feel like it's a lot of different things that if we take heed to it, like, it's slowly but surely getting there. But it, like everybody always says, it has to get worse before it gets better, you know. So
Definitely. And if everyone just comes together on a level of understanding, you know
mhm.
what I'm saying? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You see, I'm wearing a shirt. You feel what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep, God body,
Yes,
I know.
that's right. That's right. Everyone, if they just come together, I feel like, people really just separate themselves too much. And I feel like, it's all based on love, and people just need to look at the love in it, you know.
Hmm.
I feel.
Yep. No, that's exactly what it is.
Yes, yes. So let's see. Let's have a fun question before we wrap it up, right? So you said that you feel like you express yourself through music the best. So if you had one song to sing at karaoke night, which one would it be? Are you
That's
shy?
funny.
If you would go get up there and sing, which one would you sing?
I mean, it got to be something that like something old. They gotta be some old school, like probably like uh uh, uh probably like Waiting by Denise Williams, or like something from like, yeah, no, for real. That's like one of my favorite albums. And yeah, it gotta be something old and R&B. So probably like that, Waiting by Denise, or like Anita Baker, the Caught Up in the Rapture of Love. That's what I'm gonna do right there. Yep.
Yes, I was telling my kids about that. I said, well, this that auntie music, but it's the auntie music that can tell you something.
Uh-huh.
Tell me.
Yep. That's my favorite music.
Me too. Me too. See, I knew it was here. I knew it. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
So basically, before we wrap it up, any shout outs you want to give to anybody, anything like that?
No, just want to tell everybody, if they're interested in the music, they want to hear more music. My Instagram is _Supreme Music. I have a new EP that's coming out very, very soon. So it's almost 90% done. It's called Road to Soul, and yeah, that'll be out very, very soon. We have more features on that, and yeah, it's just trying to grow legs with this one as much as possible. So yeah, the Instagram, that's where you get most of the updates, and all of the links and everything is in my bio. Yeah, that's really it.
Definitely. Well, yeah, that was my next question. Where can we find everything Supreme?
Mhm.
So we can know where to find everything. And as soon as anything new comes out, you make sure that you send that to us so that we can definitely, put the spins on that for sure. We definitely
Okay,
want to
of course.
in everything you do. Okay.
No, I appreciate it. I can't wait to be back, for real.
Yes, yes, and definitely, we're gonna be doing a in-person tour called Bars for Your Mind. So when we do that, we definitely want to contact you and get you on there so that you can, spit Oh
Definitely.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's
That's the
definitely
fun part.
I'm excited about for
Yeah,
sure. Yes. Well,
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
the fun part, man.
Yes, it's gonna be so dope. I can't wait. I can't wait, definitely. And thank you so much for coming on our show today. And it's just been a pleasure having you.
No, it's been a pleasure being here, and I just want to apologize once again for the delay earlier. Thank you so much for being patient with me.
It's all good, trust me. Well, y'all heard it here first. It's the Boom Bap Hour. Keep it locked, don't go anywhere.